The bedrock is humming. That isn't the compressor cycle. Something out there is choking the intake line.
The electrolysis tubes are redlining at 850. If that ceramic cracks, the whole reactor goes. God, that's heavy. Cough, cough. Contaminated. Completely. Need to get this to the bench.
This dust is highly magnetic. It's bypassing the electrostatic grids and shorting out the anode plates directly.
Seismic activity at 300 meters east. Coincides exactly with the system spike. The micrometeorite.
Going outside alone means every seal has to be perfect. There is no backup crew to check my alignment.
My heart rate is too high already. I need to slow down before I hit the dirt.
Air pressure dropping. Outside, it's just me, a broken pipe, and a dead world. Let's see the damage. The dust out here feels different today. It's heavier, clinging to the fabric like iron filings. "300 meters feels like 3 miles when you're the only living thing on an entire planet." The main line is buckling under its own weight. It's venting the raw intake before it can even reach the filters. Arg! Too much pressure. The seal won't hold. Backing off, backing off. The ground's unstable. Panic wastes oxygen. The pressure is rising back at the base. I have to lock this down now.
The valve is frozen solid. The heat from that impact must have sintered the internal seals together.
pressure is dropping at the source, but this is only a temporary fix. The real blockage is further down the trench. The edge is soft. If this clay shears away while I'm down there, the rover is my only way out.
The subterranean intake is completely packed with iron sand. The impact must have vaporized an entire mineral vein down here.
That was too close. The whole wall is coming apart. I have one shot left to clear this line.
The line is clear, but I've burned through half my emergency oxygen just getting back to the surface.
The pressure is down. The MOXIE should be drawing clean gas. I just have to get inside before my air runs out. The external line is stable, but this dust is inside the airlock now. I can smell the iron.
God, that's heavy. Easy there, you're injured. Something else was buried in that carbonate vein. It's bypassing the mechanical grids and melting into the catalyst. This stuff isn't just blocking the flow, it's actively dissolving the internal ceramic seals from the inside out. God. Come on. Move. We're running out of time. Just a little more.
Almost. It's shut. Initiating purge. I'm thermal shocking the core. It's a massive gamble, but I have to freeze that compound out.
The seal is holding for now. But modifying these systems alone means every fix is just a patch. Restarting the main grid, we should be good in a few seconds. Need a break. Cells are gone. 20%. I need to upload the report. Irreversible. The extraction unit is running again, but we lost 1/5 of the core capacity tonight. It's a permanent hit. The outside lines are freezing in the midnight dip. If that vent ruptures, it'll take out the outer hatch.
Main reactor pressure is normalizing. Proceed with the thaw sequence.
Copy that. Thaw sequence confirmed.
Initiating master safety reset. Stand by for stabilization. If this well doesn't hold under full pressure, I'm trapped inside this base until the next resupply rocket arrives.
%. That's cutting it too close. I'm initiating power conservation protocol.
I'm cutting the lights to save the core heaters. The base is going dark tonight.
The future town needs 10 kilograms a day. At this rate, we're barely making enough for one.
The suit cuff is chewing into my arm. I'll have to modify the inner liner before I go out again.
I'm balancing on a razor blade. If I cut the heat too much, the line freezes. If I don't, the grid dies.
This is the evening log for Sol 247. The primary oxygen system is stabilized, but heavily compromised.
Analyzing the specific physical damage to the MOXIE unit, focusing on the internal solid oxide tubes. Notice the structural anomalies here.
The spiky, needle-like behavior of the magnetic iron sand recovered from the deep filters is evident within this vial.
Satellite link drop. Dust storm warning. I've lost the primary. Attempting to re-establish network carrier. The link is down. The upper atmosphere is choking with dust. Earth won't get this data for days.
The base is stable for tonight. Tomorrow, I have to find out how deep that vein goes.
God! The alarm! The leak! Coughing! The violet residue is chewing through the seals. I have to isolate this bank manually.
The anchors are failing. 15% past tension limits. The foundation's collapsing. We've got a tower collapse risk. I need to suit up, now! The storm is ripping the anchor blocks right out of the regolith. I can't wait for dawn to secure those lines.
Visibility is down to 5 meters. The wind is throwing everything it has against the intake tower anchors.
The foundations are slipping out of the bedrock. I have to pump this line past the safety limits to hold it.
The anchor is holding. The intake tower will survive the night, but my oxygen warnings are flashing red again.
The airlock is clearing the external dust. My hands are completely numb, but the infrastructure is secure for now.
The patch is solid. We lost 20% of our scaling capacity, but the baseline oxygen loop is stable for the town.
The storm is gone. That carbonate vein goes deep into the crust. We're gonna need heavier drills next time.
Hospitalier log, Section 7. Immediate assessment of maintenance strip spill. Recording corner. Transmitting report to Q. Recording begins. Subject Aiden. Colony oxygen network status report. Critical. Accumulator section breached. Electrolysis cells show 72% degradation. This is the engineering log for Sol 247. The primary MOXIE core has been stabilized, but the damage to the catalyst is irreversible.
All right, team, protocol update. Check seal integrity every 6 hours minimum. Ensure containment field is at 75% or higher at all times.
The tension values recorded from the east anchor during peak surge are confirmed. Adjustments to the shear plate are complete.
Earth won't see these reports until tomorrow. Until then, it's just me and a machine that breathes from a poisoned sky. .5 kilograms. It's not the future we planned for this town, but it keeps me alive for another soul.
Personal log, entry 206. Continued muscle strain post-deployment activities. Recovery is slow. Current status, alert.
Sol 247 report. The main reactor survived, but we're building on a shifting floor. The geology down here is reactive.
The iron sand is highly magnetic. It will bypass standard filters. Future teams must use active electromagnetic traps on the primary intakes.
Secondary power grid is at 60% capacity. Automatic battery controllers are balancing the thermal loads perfectly. Running a 100-fold system scale test alone leaves zero room for failure. If that chasm wall had sheared, the habitat loop was gone.
Day 221, condition report. Major structural breaches at Sector Gamma. Casualties negligible. Returning to standard duty cycle.
The oxygen is flowing. The town will have air when they touch down. My job is to make sure this crucible doesn't crack before then.